Okay, so we haven't gotten a theatrical Star Wars movie since The Rise of the Skywalker. Thankfully, Mandalorian is here to fix that. We've been waiting. What's up, guys? So, Mandalorian and Grogu is finally out in theaters. The Mandalorian and Grogu are back on another thrilling adventure. The evil empire has fallen, but some warlords still remain throughout the galaxy. Now that the New Republic is working to protect everything the rebellion has fought for, the Mandalorian and Grogu come across the Hutt family, and from there they have to bring home a Hutt named Rada the Hutt, obviously. So I was really excited for this film to come out. To be honest, let me talk about my previous experience with Star Wars movies. I really love the Star Wars movies. I mean, from Empire Strikes Back to Force Awakens to Revenge of the Sith. I mean, and even the last Star Wars movie. And now we just got some news that Lucasfilms is officially developing a new Star Wars trilogy and is expected to hit theaters starting around 2029. So with Mandalorian and Grogu, this is what we have in theaters for now. So when I saw the trailer of this movie, I was so excited. I was so hyped. Especially that I actually really love the Mandalorian show, and I find it really cool. Heck, in fact, before I watched this film, I actually rewatched a few episodes from season 3, since this is just supposed to cover season 4. So I was really hyped for this movie. But then the only problem was that when I saw the first reactions, well, you read it yourself. You could pause the video. But so when I saw the first reactions, I just went into this movie I was just like, I'm just gonna wait for what this movie's gonna give me. I'm not gonna go in with much expectations. And guys, I don't know if this is a spicy take or not, but I actually really like this movie. So one of the first things we have to talk about is, this is Mando special effects. This is a Mandalorian movie. This is a Star Wars movie. It's going to have good special effects, and this movie proved that. This movie has really great special effects from the fight scenes to the action-packed sequences. It's just thrilling stuff, and even with the CGI with like the creatures like Grogu and some other people, they did a really great job with that. And of course, we don't really even have to talk that much about the special effects. You're gonna know it's good when it's really Mandalorian special effects. So that's something I really liked about it. And I don't know if this is a hot take or not, because a lot of people said that this is the worst part of the movie. But I actually had a good time with Rada the Hutt. I had a really good time with Rada the Hutt. I thought he was actually not a bad character. But, as they do say, in this movie, it's stated to never say the word Hutt if you're around them. So, I'm going to try not to say that word. So I think they actually did a good job with Rada. And there's even this one scene in this movie where the Mandalorian go to find the Lord of like this like really cool looking city, and I think they did a good job with the background designs, the costume design. They did a good job with a lot of the designs. So that's a lot of good stuff. They also really did a good job with the emotional stuff in this film. I think 30 minutes before the end of the movie, there's this one part that may kind of hit you in the feels. It might even make some people mad. I'm not going to spoil it because I'm not a spoiler reviewer. But if you watch this movie, then you'll understand what I mean. And so I think they did a good job with that, with the character development, the character emotions. I think they did a really good job with that. But now let's move on to some of the cons. And there are a bunch in here, but they're pretty big. One thing is that I feel like some of the camera shots in this film were not really like movie theater quality style. They were more like, well, TV show style. Like, some of the camera shots, I'm not even kidding. I was sitting in this theater, and some of the camera shots, like in the middle of the film or something, some of the camera shots, I almost thought I was watching a Mandalorian episode. So, yeah, so that's something that kind of just I wasn't a huge fan of. And when you're making a movie for IMAX or Dolby, which is a format I saw it in, they gotta make it look good. So, yeah, so, another thing I liked about this, another thing that I didn't like about this, we're done with the pros, now we're in the cons, what am I saying? Another thing was that some of, like, the scenes, between, like, 2 to 3 scenes, some of the stuff kind of felt like it was, like, cut. Like, not cut, what am I saying? Like, when between, like, 2 to 3 scenes, and then when those 2 to 3 scenes end, then it almost starts to feel like a literal like mix of episodes, because every 2 to 3 scenes feels like one Mandalorian episode. Then when you move on to another scene, it feels like it still feels like a Mandalorian episode, just like mushed up into one movie. So I'm not trying to say this movie is bad. I'm just giving my honest opinion. If you guys know what I mean by mushing up these scenes and making it feel like just a bundle of episodes. So I want to know if you guys. So I want to make sure you guys know what I mean. But overall, this was a pretty good movie. Mandalorian and Grogu is just a fun time, especially for a Mandalorian fan like me. So yeah.